Okay, so it's been a few days since the Eternals movie came out. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we're going to be talking about Marvel's Eternals movie, which is based on a comic book. And before I start talking about that, I just want to talk about the controversy. The controversy being that this movie has gotten some low scores compared to some of the other Marvel films. And there's other things surrounding it that people don't care for. A lot of people are blaming critics for it. And my thing is this, that, we're all critics in one way or another. Like, if we go to the movies and we walk out like, that movie was whack, or that movie was good, you know what I mean? And this is the reason why I didn't like it, or this is the reason why I did like it. That's criticism. That's what we're giving it. Doesn't matter if we have a journalistic degree or not. Doesn't matter if we're working for the Hollywood Reporter or, I don't know, Rotten Tomatoes, Rolling Stone, whatever the hell. We still allowed to have our opinion. I know it does seem like we're not allowed to go against certain things nowadays, but we are still allowed to have our opinion on things. And that makes us a critic. One way or another, it makes us a critic. Now, like I said before, this is based on a Marvel comic. And to be honest with you, I've read maybe 10, 20 different Eternal books over the last 20 years. I really didn't know anything about them to the early 2000s. I'm not really a fan of them in the comic. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know. If you would like to say, oh, this character, that character, they don't stick out to me like that, But this film made them interesting. And, we're about to dive into this review right now. I just want to, be honest. Like I said, I am a huge comic book collector. Huge. I've been collecting comics for like nearly 4 decades. And again, I wasn't too familiar with the Eternals. But, you know what? Let's just dive in. So the Eternals are a race of super beings, and they were sent to the Earth thousands upon thousands of years ago to protect Earth from these super aliens, monster things called the deviants. And when they get down there, they have protected the Earth for centuries against the deviants. And then they break apart. They break up and they go their separate ways. Now it seems like the deviants are back, and the Eternals have to reform that group to stop these monsters again, which is kind of different than most Marvel movies, because most Marvel movies you have this superhero, super team versus super villain, not really these monsters. Now the Eternals were made by the Celestials, and there's some shading that's going on right there, and there is a lot of secrets going on within the Eternals, which I did not see coming. And it's crazy because as much as I love Marvel movies, there's really not too many surprises left. And the Eternal film left me with wow, I didn't see that happen, blah, and everything. And I really enjoyed that. Director Chloe Zhao did a wonderful job putting these characters together. And I really gotta give up to her because this is a franchise. Talk about the comic books that is like all over the place. Like if you just like to sit down and read the Eternals books, even from the beginning, like I believe it came out originally in the 70s, you'd be like, what the F is going on? You know what I'm saying? It's a very hard book. These are very hard books to follow. These are very complicated characters, but she made it in a way for everything to be smooth and understandable, and I like that. With still some complexity to it. Another thing I liked was the visuals. It is a good looking film. It is gorgeous. Like the special effects is gorgeous. The monsters are gorgeous. The way the heroes use their effects, use their powers, and the gold lighting around them, that's gorgeous. The score is gorgeous. The music, the tone, all that is great. I mean, there is some pacing issues, with it, and it may be a little bit too long. It may be unnecessarily long, but in the same breath, these are characters that most of the world are not. They don't really know too much about. I'm talking about the real world. I'm not talking about the world within. We don't know much about. So, they are showing them through history, and since they're showing them through history and everything, it's going to take a while. So I understand the length and everything. I wish he had trimmed it down some, but I believe she did a great job with this. Like, if I don't know any other director that could handle this franchise like that. The actors in this, they did a fantastic job. They did a really good job. These are actors. We know these actors. We've seen them in multiple things, movies, from Angelina Jolie to Selma Hayek to Kit Harington. We've seen these people in different things, and they work very well together. All the characters are believable. You feel their plights, you feel their ups, you feel their downs. Some characters are more entertaining than the others. I like that it was a multiracial cast with different backgrounds. I like the fact they did gender swaps also. I thought that was a fantastic idea. I don't have no problem with that. I don't even have an issue with some of the other controversy that's inside the film with certain characters. I don't have a problem with that at all because, when you're dealing with a cast like this, it's good to have different backgrounds. You just can't have them all be in the same type of way. I love the Avengers. I love the Avenger films. But I think the Avengers are too perfect. I just think that they're like just too perfect, you know what I mean? And that's my problem. Like, these characters are kind of flawed. And that's what I really enjoyed, and the actors really displayed that. So the chemistry, for me, it was real good, you know what I mean? Again, this is a long film, and it's understandable. Like I said earlier, it's an origin film, and a lot of people don't know these characters. So what we was getting was more words than we were action, and I kind of appreciate that because when the action scenes came, you really appreciate it, and the action scenes are fantastic. They did a great job on everything with that. Like I said, the characters, they're wonderful. They gel well together. Visually looks good. I can't say that I was bored during the movie, but I can't say I really wasn't doing certain things. But I did appreciate the history lessons. I appreciate how gorgeous it looked. I keep saying it because, like, I love the Avenger movies. I love the other Marvel movies, but this is one of the best looking Marvel films, and that really kept my attention to the screen. I felt overall that this is a good film. I gave it a lot of praises, but it does have its flaws. But overall, it is a good film. It's a good looking film. It's a good acting film. It's very different than the other Marvel movies. Truthfully, if you was to take these characters out of the Marvel universe and they had their own thing, you wouldn't even feel like this was a superhero movie. They name drop other Marvel superheroes inside of it, which makes you like, okay, this is all inside the same world and everything. But if they didn't do all that, you'll just think that this is a really deep sci-fi film, really. And I like that. I did like that. Again, I wish there were certain things that were a little different in it. So that's why I can't give it exactly 4 stars, but I am giving it a high 3 stars. It's a good film. It's good. And, you gotta go see it on your own. You gotta make your own opinions. Yeah, listen to critics, but listen to yourself too. Don't let no one else influence you. And I didn't let anyone influence me. Again, like I said, I was not a big fan of these comic books, and I went there and I watched this, and I was like, oh, this is good, Anyway, Terrance, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share. I love talking about this stuff.